Hello AOS fans, Robin here, and I'm here today to run through my Stormcast deck, and I'm going to be playing Pete's Skaven with, I believe. But I'm trying not to worry too much about what Pete is playing and trying to make a balanced deck as possible. Having said that, I am trying to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to try and use the keys with Stormcast, which is a little bit counterintuitive, I think, because keys, you imagine Skaven or lots of troops and fast-moving troops, which is almost the antithesis of Stormcast, but we'll try and see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see how it plays. So here are my objectives. I've gone for Consecrated Area, which is quite handy, keeping those Skaven away from my Stormcast. And Lightning Strikes next, so always good. A quick score immediately card there. Seize Ground, if I'm playing the keys, then I might want to try and grab an objective in Pete's half, so Seize Ground is worth having. Sigmar's Bulwark, always worth having in a Stormcast deck, so you can score it even when you're dead. Alone in the Darkness, bit of a gamble this one, but I guess with less troops on the table then there's a good chance of scoring it, and I do like it. Pete seems to fall foul to it quite a lot, so I'm going to stick with it for now. Conquest, I wasn't sure about Conquest, but I couldn't actually think of anything else to put in instead. The thing with Conquest is it goes against the keys, because if I've got 3 keys in my half, or then I'm unlikely to get all the troops in my opponent's half. But anyway, if it's all going pear-shaped, then Conquest might be worth having just to get in there if I've got 1 troop in Pete's half. Denial, and again Denial always a bit shady with the Skaven, but I'm trying to think beyond Skaven, and Denial is perhaps a card to have to keep everybody out of my half at the end of the game. Divide and Conquer I like, especially in objective focused decks, and there's always a chance of picking that up. Escalation, everybody's must-have card these days, always reasonably easy to score. Master of War, again, it's quite not difficult to score in this game. No Remorse is in there. Again, I like it for Stormcast. You have to kill your opponent by exceeding their total wounds count. And for Stormcast, unless you're playing Oryx, that's pretty handy to have. It can be done by two of the 3 of them, and even Angara with a bit of extra boost. So that's in there for that reason. And finally, I've got Ploymaster, because I do like to play my ploys, as everybody does, and Ploymaster drops out quite nicely often in those circumstances. I'm not entirely sure about these objectives. I could see a reason for putting Plant the Standard in, and actually when the game comes I might find one of those swapped out, but which one I don't know. Ploymaster, No Remorse maybe, Conquest or Denial even, but there's a big disparity in the glory there, so I'll probably keep those in. We'll see. I will let you know when the game starts if I have swapped that card out. So that's my objectives, and now my ploys. Ploys are fairly straightforward, I think. We've got Confusion, Distraction, good for moving people about. Jewel of Wits, because I'm playing a 22 card power deck. Earthquake, everybody's must-have card these days. Going to be useful for the keys. I think the best counter for an Earthquake is an Earthquake. Healing Potion, good for Stormcast. When there's only 3 of you, you might need that. Misdirection, again, it's to help protect the key bearing troops. I've played Misdirection a few times in recent games, and it hasn't worked as well as I thought it would. I haven't had that much opportunity to use it, and then actually sometimes if you use it, you're in a situation where it actually isn't a better person to play it on necessarily. Ready for Action, everybody wants a free move or a free attack, so worth having in. Spoils of Battle, particularly useful in conjunction with Ready for Action. Sidestep, again for a free move. Tantalizing Prize, again if I'm playing keys, then that extra movement to get onto an objective is going to be pretty useful. And finally I've gone with Trap. It's not a card I've kind of overlooked when it came out, but it was one of the most taken ploys in the recent Grand Clash, so I thought I'd try it out myself and see how it goes. And I can see there's good use for using it with Stormcast, because they often push back. So that is, and they do good damage. So you can kill a 4 wounded chappie by pushing them back. So that's worth having in the deck, definitely. And again, the upgrades are fairly useful. Blessed by Sigmar, Army of One. I wasn't sure about Army of One, but again, if things go badly, then Army of One can be useful. Cursed Artifact is good to boost your defensive rating, but of course you do lose a wound. It's quite handy to combine it with my next card, Great Fortitude, gives you a wound, puts you back on parity. Great speed, because I am going to be chasing those objectives, and a speedy Angarad or a speedy other Stormcast is always handy to have. Great strength, again useful to have, particularly if I'm going to be trying to score no remorse. Light armour, another new favourite card of mine. I like this one. Makes you a little bit less defensive, but does improve things on the offense front quite effectively, I've found. And then I've gone for the 4 keys, so the Blazing Key, the Dazzling Key, the Fractured Key and the Shadow Key. I'm not sure about it. We'll see how it goes. I do like it, and actually with Stormcast, because they're so tough, the upgrades don't actually need that many upgrades, so in some ways I'm not losing much by having them in there, so we'll see how it goes. So that's my deck for our forthcoming game. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think. If you've used the keys with Stormcast, do let me know. I'd be interested to know how you got on. So until next time, take care. Bye.